Good morning, everybody. Mark Finden here in the Home Weather Office on this Wednesday morning. It is now the 20th day of November 2024. This is the morning briefing coming to you from the Home Weather Office. And as I look out the window from the Home Weather Office, it is cloudy, but here it is dry. But many areas are seeing rain. Some areas have already seen a lot of rain, and we'll see more of that as we go through the next 24 to 48 hours and even all the way into the day on Friday for some locations. But however, many areas haven't seen any rain just yet, including the Home Weather Office, but that'll be changing later on today. So I'll show you the latest thinking on the models, how we can time out the rain for the next couple of days. And I'll even take a look ahead into the weekend because there are other rain chances into the weekend. And well, let's see, today's Wednesday. Thanksgiving's a week from tomorrow. So I'll look ahead all the way to Thanksgiving when I look at the GFS and we'll get out there. But we'll start with the short term and with what's happening right now. So here's the satellite first thing this morning. Now I'm recording this around a little before 8 o'clock in the morning. And here's our beautiful fetch of moisture. And then up here is that big deep low that developed yesterday, the quote unquote bomb cyclone. Yeah, somebody got on me the other day for using bomb cyclone, saying it's a silly name. I don't like it, but everybody's calling it that. So yeah, this deep low up here that did meet all the qualifications for a bomb cyclone. It actually deepened more than 24 millibars in 24 hours. But there it is, spinning around. You can just see the circulation around that. And then if you just imagine the circulation continues out in here, and so you just have this long fetch of moisture that's streaming straight into California. And now that the rain has started, as Chris Collinsworth on Sunday Night Football likes to say, here we go. And let me show you just how much rain we have seen already. And I'm going to take a little time here on this page because I use this page a lot, even though my mouse doesn't like it. This is the California Nevada River Forecast Center. And this is going to be a good one for you guys to perhaps use over the next couple of days to keep track of the rain that we're going to be seeing. Because as I said, my mouse doesn't like it, because this is a great tool to use. Let me move this over a little bit, because if you go to this page, you first go to this site over this part of the page over here on the right-hand side. You see rivers, and I'll show you that here in a second, water resources, snow data. But the one I'm going to show you here is this one, observed precipitation. And all I'm going to do is go down here to most recent hours. Now, again, it says raw here. So some of the times you will see something that looks really way out of whack. And so sometimes it might be. But you can, by the time you get to Friday, you'll be able to go out to 96 or 120 hours and see just how much rain we've gotten. So I've just selected the last 12 hours. And for 12-hour totals, we've got some pretty good rain that's already fallen in some areas. And this is what we were expecting from this, from an event like this. So into parts of northern Napa County, we have about half an inch of rain. But look at the areas along 101. An inch of rain. Let's go into Lake County. A half an inch of rain. Over on 101, about an inch of rain. And then you keep going into these areas along 101 and up to the north. And as you can see, an inch to 2 inches of rain in the last 12 hours. And there's some spots up in Mendocino County that are over 2 inches of rain in 12 hours. Go into the valley, Red Bluff's at about half an inch. And again, this is as of 8 o'clock this morning. So this is from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And then you get into parts of Butte County up toward the Paradise area and around a quarter of an inch of rain. And then toward Yuba City, we've had some light rain, but nothing around Sacramento, nothing in El Dorado County, and nothing farther to the south. And so this is a pattern that we're going to continue to see, areas where you see a lot of rain, and then areas where you don't see much rain at all. So let me go back over to this part of the page, because I also want to, I hate it when this thing does this to me. Resize this page. Here we go. Yes, when software updates are not software updates. That's what I like to say. So I'm going to go back over to this part of the page and show you the rivers, because we are going to see a pretty good impact on some of the area rivers. And so for that, you click on this, and then let's just look at the forecast points right here. And then it'll take a second to load up. And so what happened to us, so now we have these little green dots on here. And green dots are good. So for instance, for those of you that are concerned about the Cosumnes River, you click on that, and here is the forecast for the Cosumnes River. Flood stage here is 7 feet. minor floods at 12 feet, and here we're going to maybe 5 feet. So for those of you in Wilton, you're worried about some heavy rain, this is the official forecast. And as you can see there, you're not too concerned about the Cosumnes. But if we go up to the north coast, you'll find some areas that are going to be pretty good. Well, you don't have to go to the north coast. Let's take a look at Hopland on the Russian River. And here you'll see a pretty big jump going from less than 2 feet up to around 14 feet, which means minor flood there, just barely. But I think there are some that are more impressive farther to the north, let's say up on the Eel River. Yeah, here's the Eel River. And look at the jump here, going from basically nothing in it up to 24 feet, reaching moderate flood stage by the time we get into, as you scroll over this is Friday afternoon. It peaks and then it comes down over the weekend. So yes, the areas that are getting the heavy rain now and will continue to get the heavy rain will see a pretty big impact from that. At least the rivers will really come to life, especially the Russian River, the Eel River will really come to life. It doesn't look like extensive flooding, but there is the possibility of some minor flooding. All right, let's take a look at the timing of the rain. And for that, we'll go through a few different models here. And I'll start with the HRRR, and this is verifying this morning pretty well. This is a little bit farther south than the models are saying, than the actual is saying. So this is a model depiction of what it should be like at around 8 o'clock this morning. And actually, it is a little bit farther to the north. But there is your concentrated area of rain. And this model, as we go through the morning, eventually does drag the rain into Sacramento County, El Dorado County, and Placer County with a little bit of snow. But the snow is going to be pretty high today. It may start around 5,500 feet, but with warmer air coming in, you're going to see that snow level jump up. This is as of 2 o'clock this afternoon. And it looks as though by 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon, that's when areas along Interstate 80 will be seeing some rain. So then we'd see rain in Placerville and Auburn and certainly in Grass Valley around Sacramento. There might even be some light rain as far south as Stockton, according to this model. But into Tuolumne County, we are dry, and certainly into the Modesto area, we are also dry. But many areas in Butte County, Paradise, and Chico continue to see a good amount of rain. Now, as we get into the day Thursday, I'll go to Thursday morning, it is still raining, but this model shows the same pattern. Thursday around midday, that line lifts to the north, and this is a pattern we've been seeing on all the models. And now the highest resolution model is also showing that areas south of Interstate 80 are drying out Thursday as that line lifts off to the north. And then on Friday, it comes back down to the south. And this model only goes out through Friday at 4 a.m. But this is when everybody will see some rain as this line will swing across the area. So for the next 48 hours, let's see what this one is saying in terms of total precip accumulation. It's pretty impressive. Almost 1.5 inches in Sacramento. Into the foothills east of Sacramento, let's say around Georgetown, this model, and again, this isn't a forecast, this is just model data. This model says 5 inches of rain in places like Georgetown, maybe 6 or 7 around Grass Valley. Similar big totals, bigger totals as you go into Northern Lake and Mendocino counties. And then into Stockton, 1/10 of an inch of rain. In Modesto and Tuolumne County, nothing. All right, so that's the HRRR. Let's go over to the NAM. Once again, I'll pick it up this afternoon or around midday here. And you can see this model is a little bit farther to the north. And as we go into the evening, the rain just kind of goes back and forth around the Sacramento to Woodland area. There is going to be rain in Sacramento. This is first thing Thursday morning. You also notice the snow level's way, way up the hill. And then on Thursday, that line goes back to the north. And then on Friday, this is Friday morning. This is Friday midday. We have rain into Sacramento and then rain in the afternoon and evening. Now, I'm going to also point out the Sierra. You'll notice that here on Friday around midday, there isn't much going on in the mountains. It's still a little warm, but then it'll get colder here Friday night and into early Saturday, and then that's when we get the chain controls. Now, of course, Friday's a big getaway day. Those of you that want to get to Tahoe on Friday, the earlier you go, the better off you'll be, most likely. If you wait till Saturday, you'll run into chain controls, probably at elevations above 6,000 feet. And then on Saturday, the precipitation gradually decreases. This is Saturday afternoon, although the west slope, as usual, will likely hang on to some rain. Now let's see what the NAM has to show in terms of total precipitation accumulation. Let's see, total precip accumulation. Okay. So this is all the way into through the day on Saturday. Let me back this up through Thursday night or Friday morning. This is Friday morning. You'll notice that model looks about the same. About an inch of rain around Sacramento, 1.3. You get toward Grass Valley, this one shows something like 4. But if you draw that rough line along Interstate 80, this model shows almost nothing south of Interstate 80. But you get into parts of Butte County and you have a lot of rain. And then finally during the day Friday is when everybody starts to see some rain. Although of course the totals are going to be quite a bit less, but even Tuolumne County will see more than an inch of rain from this model. And between, let's say Modesto gets about a half an inch of rain, Chico will see something like 7 or 8 inches of rain. So that's the fascinating part about one of these atmospheric river sort of events, that between Modesto and Chico, you could have more than 10 times more rain on a valley location. I mean, it's one thing to get 10 times more rain between, let's say, Sacramento and Blue Canyon, but to get it in a valley location, to have 10 times more rain between Modesto and Chico, that's pretty phenomenal. All right, let's take a look at the GFS because this will go out a little bit farther in time. And this is looking similar. This is today around midday. This is a little bit snowier in the Sierra. We'll see some snow today, but it will rapidly switch over to rain as warmer air comes in. But what I want to point out with this one is that this model also shifts everything to the north on Thursday. Friday swings the rain into the area, changing over to snow in the Sierra later in the day on Friday and into the day Saturday, with snow levels above 6,000 feet, as you can see here. And then breaks up to occasional showers on Saturday, and then another little wave comes by on Sunday. This is Saturday night. This could be some really good snow if this is true. Nice little deep low here. It'll get somewhat windy. This is late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. That's Sunday morning. If this is true, that would be windy, wet, and snowy on Sunday morning. We have to keep an eye on how that develops as it gets into the better models. And then this is Sunday afternoon, breaking up into occasional showers, more snow in the Sierra. So Sunday, according to this model, is also not a good day to travel in the Sierra. So again, I know it's a big travel weekend. This is Monday. Monday looks like a better travel day, but we're not done yet. This is Tuesday, and then we get closer to, the model changed actually. I wonder if because I just looked at the most recent run. That's why. Here we go. So now I got to switch over to the most recent run. It switched times on me. All right. So this is showing Tuesday. I apologize for that. And then this is Wednesday, and then this lasts into the day Thursday. So the thing about that is that what I just showed you was inadvertently, I showed you 2 recent runs of the GFS. One was relatively dry Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The most recent run is pretty wet Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So that's why there's a lot of variability out there. And we'll just kind of take a wait and see attitude about next week. But what you will find for those of you that need to travel for the holiday, especially if you're traveling through the Sierra or over the Grapevine, I don't think the Grapevine is going to be an issue. But if you're traveling through the Sierra, there will be windows of time that'll be better to travel than others. And right now, I think Thursday will be good. I think earlier Friday will be good. I think Friday night, Saturday will be somewhat snowy, and maybe even into early Sunday. And then I think Monday may be a better travel day as well. So lots to keep up with over the next couple of days because, yes, we are going to see waves of rain come our way. And for some areas, it's not going to be waves. It's just going to be continuously wet, especially Mendocino County, Butte County, and Tehama County. For Sacramento, kind of on and off. For Modesto and Turlock and Sonora, the next 24 hours will be seeing what rain. So yeah, a really interesting day. And you know what I'll do? I'll on the description, I'll also put a link to that CNRFC page, the California Nevada River Forecast Center page, because for you, If you like to keep up with the rain totals, I think that page is going to be fascinating to watch, to see how the storm totals accumulate, not just in your own neighborhood, but especially in those areas that just are going to see all that continuous rain. I'll put a link to that page and you can mess around with it. Lots of good data on there. That's everything I've got for you this morning. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.